Hello everyone, this is Running on Empty Food Review. Yeah, we're back inside, we're breaking out the cardigan. We did a big finger swing right there, to really introduce this. Let's kick it up a notch even more, and I just want to start outright with a tasteful joke that I really think is going to introduce this item in a brand new way. This one's funny, so just number one, prepare yourself, because when it's like one of those jokes, when you first hear it, it's like you're cracked up for hours even. What do you get when you cross a frozen pizza, a chicken, and some barbecue sauce? No, we're not going to go in that direction, so just don't even go there, number one. What you get... I dropped the box. In some cases, is California Pizza Kitchen's barbecue chicken recipe frozen pizza. Wasn't that something? yeah, I know, I guess. Oh, hey, we introduced the item, right? We got what we hoped to get there. A frozen pizza review coming up for you today. Yeah, frozen pizza. Of course, in these times, I had a feeling that frozen pizza was going to do well. And new studies are actually coming out saying that frozen pizza is surging in popularity. And that makes me happy because I am a big frozen pizza fan. I am a frozen pizza aficionado. And it's always fun when you're looking around to see all these different types of pizzas that are there. And I'm glad more people are discovering them and are checking them out. So California Pizza Kitchen is one of those brands that I've never really tried all that much. They're in almost every supermarket. Of course, they have their standalone restaurants, but they also have their frozen pizzas. And this one, I've seen it a lot. I said, all right, you know what? I'm going to give it a shot. It looks interesting. I've never had it before, so let's see how it turns out. So, in short, the name is a bit of a mystery, all right? Number one, let's just get this. There we go. The name is an enigma, and I'll tell you why. We know that this is a barbecue chicken pizza, okay? There's the logo, all that. Barbecue chicken recipe, or do they mean to say barbecue recipe chicken? I don't know. It's a barbecue chicken pizza, crispy thin crust pizza, and on it, this one looked interesting, okay? Comes with barbecue seasoned grilled white meat chicken, red onions, cilantro, mozzarella, and hickory smoked Gouda cheese. That was interesting because, when you hear hickory smoked, it's like, you think of kind of bacon or something. That's more applewood smoked, but it invokes a certain image. But no, mozzarella and, hickory smoked Gouda cheese over sweet and tangy barbecue sauce. You can see that's what it's supposed to look like right there. And, it's supposed to have the barbecue chicken on it, cilantro, the blend of cheeses, some onions, and then instead of tomato sauce, it has a sweet and tangy barbecue sauce. Hence the name, barbecue recipe. Or what if like they're really throwing you a curveball, and they're just like saying it's recipe barbecue chicken, or chicken barbecue recipe? I don't know. The word recipe is really throwing me off there. So let's just call it a barbecue chicken pizza, thin and crispy though. And with that, let's just take a walk over to the oven. Let's prepare this thing, and then we'll try it out. But it seems like an interesting pizza, and this is one of those items that I think is either going to end up being really good or bad, but it certainly looks interesting, looks pretty good from the picture on the box. So hey, let's take a look, and let's go prepare this one. You can see the stick with the hair at the end for California Pizza Kitchen. Barbecue chicken, crispy thin crust pizza. Comes with, again, your barbecue seasoned grilled white meat chicken, red onions, cilantro, mozzarella, and hickory smoked Gouda cheeses over sweet and tangy barbecue sauce. It's an exploration of exceptional taste. You can see it's actually got some of the leaves bathing in the oil there. They just got to oil up. And sometimes they like to take baths in their free time. It's kind of up to whatever the leaves want to do, but it's a known it's what they like doing. All right, here's the steps. 4 easy steps to delicious pizza. As always, you got to preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. You gotta prep it, remove it from the box, plastic wrap, and cardboard. Some people say that leaving the plastic wrap on adds flavor. I disagree with that. Make sure you take that plastic wrap off, as is the cardboard. You know, some people, it's like they call it the flavor disc, but that's just a lie. You know, ignore those people. Place it directly on the center oven rack, and then you bake 15 to 16 minutes, usually just the right amount for a delicious, crispy, well, I messed up, you know, crispy, delicious pizza. Messed up the phrasing there. Alright, with that, let's get it in the oven. And there it is, uncooked in the pan, which, you know, we'll take it out of the pan and just put it right on the oven rack. But you can see, there it is, you know, you can see the cheese, the chicken, I guess instead of tomato sauce, that's the barbecue sauce on it, and the cilantro seasoning as well. So there you have it, the pizza, and let's just get it in and see how it turns out. And there is the final finished product. You can see a light bake toward the crust, but still, you know, I cooked it for 16 minutes. So this is how it turned out. You can see the chicken right there, the barbecue sauce underneath. There's a patch of sauce right there. But you can see there's the pizza in its entirety. All right, so the pizza is now ready. It's prepared. I even have 3 slices on the plate today to kind of mimic the 3 that are on the box. I know that's really, we're going big time here with the production value. We're stepping it up. So you can see, right? Brilliant, right? Just brilliant. Stupid. Yeah, you can see the 3 slices there. You got a good close-up also of it. You know, as we kind of pulled it out of the oven, that's the optimal viewing time for frozen pizza. But let's start with the middle slice here. Yeah, you can see that's what it looks like close up. And yeah, you can see all the ingredients on it. We know what it has on it, right? This is the barbecue, the crispy thin crust barbecue chicken pizza from California Pizza Kitchen. There's the bottom of it. You can see it is a thin and crispy pizza right there. And again, it has the chicken on it, has the red onions, has the cilantro, has the mozzarella cheese, and the Gouda cheese on it as well. And then it also has that barbecue sauce, the sweet and tangy barbecue sauce at that. So with that, let's try it out. It's the barbecue chicken pizza from California Pizza Kitchen going in. And there you have the sauce enclave right there, right? We'll take a couple more bites and then I'll let you know what I think about it. One more bite. Doing the flyover, you know. So the California Pizza Kitchen barbecue chicken thin crust pizza. You know, number one, when it comes down to pizzas, I'm always a bit of a... I mean, sometimes I'll have the thin crust pizza, or as I would say from time to time many a year ago, with the F, thin crust pizza. But, no, the thin crust pizza, in some cases it's really, really good. Normally, I just like a little bit more substance to the pizza, so that's why I usually like to go, especially in the world of frozen pizzas, with rising crust, or even hand-tossed, Sometimes, you know, if I'm really feeling it, the deep dish. But I just like those thicker pizzas. I just like a little more volume to it. But there are those instances, of course, where the thin crust pizzas really are good. So number one, if you want a crunchy pizza, right? It is thin and crispy. I think that's a good description just for the characteristic of the pizza. Thin and crispy. As you bite this, you know, of course it is. It's not quite paper thin, but well, maybe if it was like a really thick piece of paper. But it is like, I don't want to say like a cracker, because you know when you say that, it's like, oh, you know, it's saying that it's not really of good quality. But you know, it just has that crunch in every single bite, and it certainly has that firm stability. It's not like a floppy slice or anything. As for the flavor of it, I think it's a pretty good pizza. Now, if you're just used to, you know, trying out, you know, just the regular pepperoni pizzas, this might be something, if it sounds appealing to you, I think you might be a fan of it. It's certainly something to switch it up a little bit with. The ingredients, you know, what they like to say on the box quite a bit, I've noticed, is that the ingredients are of good quality, right? And that they have this fresh cheese and the fresh, you know, etc. A lot of places do that, but I've really noticed a lot of times on the box they've been touting the quality of their ingredients. I will say that I do like just the robustness that this pizza has. You know, the chicken, one problem that I sometimes see, because I've had some barbecue chicken pizzas, not only from the major pizza chains, but even a frozen one. I forget what place it was. It wasn't from California Pizza Kitchen. Had to get that sip of water, and I was trying to make it a smooth transition, and it didn't really work, but whatever, we'll just go with it. But I remember the problem that I had with it was that it was like the chicken tasted freezer burnt, and it's not like it was sitting, you know, in the vault, you know, for 6 years or something. It was pretty fresh, but the chicken was like all dried out. It just didn't have that much flavor to it. This chicken, on the other hand, not bad, flavorful. Tastes like a piece of grilled chicken, of course smothered in that barbecue sauce. So number one, the chicken. I like that there's a good amount of it on each slice, but at the same time it doesn't have this dry, stale flavor to it, unlike I have noticed with other competitors with, you know, various chicken-type frozen pizzas. So that's good. That's a really good sign, the fact that it's not dried out or anything. Number two, I like the addition of the red onions on the pizza. It's just always that sharpness that the onions add. It always, and this is a classic combination with a lot of these barbecue chicken pizzas, they always throw the onions in there as well, and it works. It just blends really well together with the chicken and with the barbecue sauce as well. Speaking of the barbecue sauce, there's a good amount of it, and you know, some people, they might be like, well, compared to the tomato sauce, you know, does it seem like it's lacking a little bit at all? No, again, the barbecue sauce, it suits this combination well. That's the best way to put it. It just suits it well. It has that sweet, so it's kind of like a honey barbecue, a little bit of a tanginess to it, but I would definitely say that it has more of a pronounced sweetness to it, as opposed to any sort of tanginess. The cilantro is, here's the one thing, I wish I could taste the cilantro a little bit more. Really, I think that kind of just gets lost in this, the flavor of the sauce. It does get lost in the sauce, actually. Really, yeah, it really truly does, I would say. I wish I could taste the cilantro better. The cheese, I could taste the mozzarella a lot more than the Gouda, so the mozzarella is what just strikes me a lot more. But overall, I think it's just a pretty tasty, thin and crispy crust pizza. You know, it certainly does have that crunch to it, and I'm just glad that the sauce really does work. The onions tie it all together, and the chicken is good too. My only complaint is really, I wish I could taste the Gouda a bit more, and I was really hoping to taste that cilantro. But overall, those are, you know, fairly minor complaints. I think it's pretty good for what it is, and with that, price-wise, you can get this for around, I think, $8 or so at the grocery store, but it's pretty good for what it is. And remember, it is a frozen pizza. I think it's a little bit of a variety, you know, compared to just your standard pepperoni pizza, or bacon pizza, or meatball pizza, or, you know, quad cheese pizza. It definitely is a bit nicer than that. Changes it up a little bit, and next time you go to the grocery store, hey, check it out if you're interested. So with that, that's all that we really have for you. Out of 10, I'm going to give this a 6.8 out of 10. A little bit above average. I would have rated it higher if I could have tasted just the cilantro a bit better and the Gouda cheese. But still, overall, pretty good pizza. And yeah, check it out if you're interested. That's all that I have for you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, the Report of the Week. Today's review is for the barbecue chicken pizza from California Pizza Kitchen. Thank you, take care.